Thank you very much for joining us for the 2019 American Patriot Awards.
Eternal and ever faithful God, we thank you for this opportunity to gather tonight as a community to pay honor and give thanks for two very special people who have contributed greatly to our military families and to the communities of these islands. Bless now before this food before us and the hands that have prepared it. In your name we pray. Amen.
Hawaii ponoi nanai komoi kalani ali ke ali meka ihe.
Now, what a wonderful country that we can have two honorees tonight from such diverse backgrounds, but both found ways to serve their communities. One of the very important missions that Navy League has is supporting our maritime services in Washington, D.C. to ensure that they are supported the way they should be by our Congress. We are always reminded that this country is a maritime nation, and we're dependent on the maritime services for our national security and for our economic prosperity, and it's something we should never forget.
Your support here tonight really has made possible all of those things that we execute as a Navy League. So thank you for being here, thank you for being friends of the Navy League, and thank you for helping us serve those who serve.
It's all about reminding our sailors, Marines, Coast Guardsmen and their families that support them, allowing them to do their jobs, that what they do every day for all Americans is essential, is appreciated, and is valued. Everyone here tonight serves their community and our country in their own way. Thank you, all of you, for being patriots.
Our first honoree is a great man. Retired from the United States Navy as a 4-star admiral, who served as Commander-in-Chief, United States Pacific Fleet, Admiral Ronald Zalapater.
Aloha, I'm Tom Fargo. I've known ZAP for over 30 years. We've served in the Pacific together and of course in the halls of the Pentagon. And nobody's more deserving of this award. I think ZAP's flown every aircraft that the Navy has fielded aboard an aircraft carrier. He certainly commanded it at every level and served in distinction in the Pentagon in some of the most demanding times that our nation has seen.
First, let me congratulate the Navy League. Once again, in this time, you have chosen truly a great American patriot. Admiral Zap Zlatiper. And in the tradition of the Navy League and the American Patriot Award, we also recognize Zap for not only his uniform service, but his service to the country. When he took the uniform off, he never stopped serving his country, this community, and our state.
Good evening. I'm Clint Churchill, and like Tom and Dave, I'm honored to be part of introducing the awardee for this year's Patriot Award. And I'm just so pleased that the Navy League has chosen to honor Barry Zlatiper with this award. Most deserved. Talk about a patriotic American, moving some 33 times in support of her husband's military career. And she's written a much acclaimed cookbook, and she's done so. Excuse me. Oh, it's not Barry we're honoring? It's Admiral Zlatiper? Okay. Well, I don't know why they would do that, but if they're honoring Zap, then I'll be here to say what a great patriot Zap is. We've worked for quite a few years together and partnered quite a few initiatives. Our offices were side by side for some 17 years at the Campbell Estate. We were arm in arm getting the what's now Pearl Harbor Aviation Museum started.
And I watched over the next 2 years as Zap commanded Pacific Fleet and watched what he did with his great leadership, his sense of the area and the Pacific. Everything he did for our country as a Pacific Fleet commander. And he and Barry, his wife, took good care of the sailors. They started the Deck Plate Ohana, which was a program designed to improve the quality of life for the sailors under his command. A complete commander, a complete leader in every sense of the word.
If any of you know Zap, he's not a quiet guy, so our offices being next to each other, I hear quite a bit of what's going on. And I'll say one thing, and that is his love of America and his love of the military. He does a lot. Trust me, with all of his service, particularly with the MAC, other community groups, his work with the Consul Corps, his work as a trustee of Rensselaer, and just on and on. Just a great contributor to the community and to our country.
Of course, in retirement, he's been a big part of this community. Organizations like Chaminade, the University of Hawaii, the Pacific Aviation Museum, the MAC, they have all benefited tremendously from his leadership.
To me, what he's done since he retired some 22 years ago is support the military through his own initiative. I know his mantra is let the military do its job. They know how to do it, and he's done that in spades.
There are many, many more activities Zap supported. They're listed in your program, and others can tell you. But I've seen firsthand so much of what he has done. What he brings is leadership, humor, experience, everything that you want in someone to move any organization forward. Zap's been able to do that.
So Zap and Barry, congratulations on the American Patriot Award. You're tremendously deserving, a big part of this community, and you've been great friends.
Zap, Barry, Nora and I are truly sorry that we could not be here this evening to join your friends all around you and wishing you Godspeed. And in the Navy terms, bravo Zulu, but the Army makes it far more clear when we say, well done, Zap. Thank you.
This is a most deserved award for Admiral Zap, and I couldn't be more pleased to help introduce him, and anxious to hear what he has to say about receiving this award. Thanks so much, and to both Zap, and I'll go back to Barry. She's the Patriot too. To both of them, congratulations on a great career and a most deserved award. Thanks so much.
It truly is a great honor to introduce Zap today as one of the honorees for this year's American Patriot Award. Zap's contribution both in and out of uniform, and you look marvelous in uniform today, really have made a difference for our Navy, our nation, and the great state here of Hawaii. So without further ado, it's my great pleasure to introduce an American Patriot of the highest order, a courageous and passionate leader, devoted husband, father, grandfather, Slovenian master, but below average golfer, who was once quoted as saying, It takes a lot of balls to play golf the way I do. My friend and mentor, Admiral Zlatteper.
When you have friends like Disco and Clint Churchill, how could you be anything but successful? You know, and I promise I'm going to finish faster so we can get on to the important stuff. It's really, I'm honored and humbled to be here tonight. I have to tell you, all of you are patriots just by your presence. Now, I wish my mother were here because she never wanted me to be a Navy carrier fighter pilot. She wanted me to be a musician. 6 years of piano lessons she made me suffer through, 4 years of cornet and trumpet. And if she were here tonight, she would be ecstatic because I'd say, I'm opening for Henry Capono. You know, yesterday was National POW MIA Remembrance Day. And tonight we are honored, and if I miss somebody, I know, but Jim Hickerson and Jerry Coffey are here in our midst. They are my friends, and they are my heroes, and we're happy to have him. They're here. Jerry, by the way, was the second American Patriot recipient here. Now, you'll notice that my beautiful sidekick, Barry Zlatteper, is not here. She had to fly to Georgia to help our family adjust to what has been a discovery that my 10-year-old grandson, my favorite grandchild, as a matter of fact, class president, school chess champion, tennis and swimming star, straight A student, has leukemia, okay? Devastating, if you will, but this kid's positive. Now, that's why you have to participate with me. I'm turning on my video right now, if I can get it working. There we go. And I want you all to just wave and say, hi, Lex. Hey, Lex. God bless you. Thank you. I'm going to send that to him tomorrow. He's going to fight and win this fight. But we miss her, and you'll see. You heard Clint talk about it. Clint was joking, but there's a lot of truth in what he was saying. Having said that, when you go to church tomorrow, say a prayer for Lex on top of that. This kid is going to win it because he's smart, he's young, he's patriotic, and he has a very positive attitude. Now, I said I was humbled and honored when I first came here, and I know what it is to be humble. And I'm going to tell you a story and then get off the stage. When I was a lieutenant vying for the affections of my wife of some 40 plus years now, there was another guy named Murray who was a lieutenant surface officer, also vying for her affections, and she chose me. And so we got married in 1970, and now we'll fast forward to 1991, and I took a carrier battle group to Desert Storm. And if you recall, we did well in that war. And then we stayed there, the Ranger battle group, and we came back in June of 1991 to San Diego. And we were victorious, and there were 10,000 people on the pier, and there were boats everywhere, and people were screaming and yelling, and I'm the admiral in charge of Battle Group Echo, commander of Carrier Group 7. And I looked down on the pier, and there's my wife. And I turned to my aide, and I say, I'm on the flag bridge, waving to the people on the pier. And I said, bring Mrs. Zlatteper up here. And so that he goes down and brings Barry back up. And we stand there side by side. And I look down and we're waving to everybody, saying, hey, we're back. And I said, Barry, you made a great choice 20 years ago. You married me and not Murray, who now is a potato chip salesman. Actually, he owns a distributorship in Norfolk, Virginia, but it's better if I say he's a potato chip salesman. So you made a great choice. Here you are, married to the commander of Battle Group Echo, commander of Carrier Group 7, returning war hero, Desert Storm. She said, Zap, if I'd married Murray, he'd be the commander of Carrier Group 7. So I know humble. So my last comment tonight. is we are all blessed, and we have to think about that periodically, that we are living in this 200-year plus experiment called democracy, and in the United States of America. And it is an experiment because it hasn't been everywhere else, okay? People in Hong Kong tonight are waving American flags in the hope of gaining some small measure of the freedoms that we take for granted every day, okay? So, please remember that freedom isn't free. Keeping it takes commitment, dedication, and hard work, and you are all showing that you're committed in that direction to maintain this as the greatest country the world has ever seen. Thank you again for this wonderful award, and God bless America.
Next, ladies and gentlemen, our second honoree is a man who devoted his life to service to his community, our keiki and our service members. Native Hawaiian and Grammy-nominated Henry Kapono.
Aloha, Henry. I wish I was there tonight. I may be there, but if I'm not, you're going to see me on video here for a couple short seconds. And obviously, he's an incredibly talented musician, performing at iconic venues like Duke's on Sunday over at the Outrigger Waikiki Beach Resort, obviously Hilton Hawaiian Village, Maui, Big Island. Last year we had him out in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so he's constantly spreading the aloha around the world, and obviously one of the most talented musicians in Hawaii and anywhere on the planet.
I've known Henry for nearly 20 years, and although it started off as the typical banker-client relationship, it quickly evolved into something more deep, a friendship between myself, Henry, and his wife, Leslie. It's been an honor and a joy to work with somebody who could arguably be characterized as one of, if not the greatest entertainer to come from our islands.
I've always enjoyed Henry Kapono's music, but it was through the Navy where I finally had the pleasure of meeting him, this very talented and wonderful human being. A former Region Mid-Pac commander, retired Admiral Dixon Smith, embraced the island culture and the aloha spirit, and he loved Henry Kapono's music, especially the song, I'm Coming Home. Henry Kapono wrote the song, I'm Coming Home, for a friend of his who was deployed in Iraq, and he dedicated this song to all the service members because, as he said, we want them all to come home.
I've always been awestruck by Henry's early years, and I'm so fascinated with his stories that he's told me about his days entertaining troops in Vietnam. Not in the relative safety of the cities of South Vietnam, but out in the field, in remote camps and fire bases in country, trying to raise enough money to get a ticket home.
I think, Henry, your generosity, I think, is what sets you apart from everyone. I don't know if you've ever said no to a request. Probably your lovely wife, Leslie, would know, and is probably shaking her head right now, but the generosity just continues to pour from you and from your family. And I know this year you're launching your foundation, which I think is even more impressive. And so the Henry Kapono Foundation not only is going to raise a lot of dollars and help you direct those dollars to causes that you care about, but hopefully continue your legacy in perpetuity.
During Operation Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom, our sailors and Marines were deployed as individual augmentees. So when they returned home, often it was without fanfare, without their families waving from the pier or in an aircraft hangar. So the Navy League stepped up and created their own homecomings called Boots on the Ground Individual Augmentee Recognition Luncheons. So it was only fitting that we invite Henry Kapono to sing to the troops as they return home from deployment. Each time we asked Henry, he said yes.
His fundraising efforts have spread not only locally to such things as raising money for Hawaii's homeless and Hawaii's hungry, but also worldwide to assist with efforts for the victims of Hurricane Katrina and for the victims of the Japan earthquake and tsunamis.
Big mahalo, Henry, to you for everything you do. Musician, your generosity, your leadership, your family dedication, I think are an incredible, definitely an honor to be associated
with you, and you set a phenomenal example for all of us. So, aloha, Henry. We'll see you at Duke's.
Mahalo nui loa, Henry, for your patriotism and unswerving dedication to our servicemen and women. God bless you and your ohana. We look forward to enjoying your music for many, many more years to come.
Henry, it is so humbling to know that this young kid who listened to your records back in the day and idolized you would one day, 40 years later, become not only your banker, but your friend. Congratulations on being a recipient of the Navy League Patriot Award. It's a testament to your humility, your love of Hawaii, and your deep respect for our military. Aloha.
I'd like to start off with a song that I wrote about 45 years ago. And it's kind of been an anthem for me because I believe in it. And it's been a big part of my life. It's so nice to see familiar faces out in the crowd. It's so nice to see friends of mine enjoying themselves. And everybody get happy, 'cause we can work it out. Everybody, we are friends, friends, friends. We are friends, friends, friends. And I remember when I was down and out, you came. I remember when you said, friend, hey, what's your name? And getting off on each other, we can work it out. We are friends, friends, friends. We are friends, friends, friends. We are friends, everybody's friends, friends, friends. We are friends, whoa, whoa, friends, friends. We are friends, friends, friends. Thank you. Friends have been a big part of my life, and it still is. I'm so grateful for all my friends, those that have helped me through life, and especially my coaches. And when I was a young man, I always wanted to be a football player, but my whole path changed. And I'm grateful for all the teachers that I had and all the coaches that I had, because they really kind of straightened me up and said, it made me, always made me feel good. But so I was going to play football and be a professional football player. That was my dream. And music was my hobby. But a friend of mine said, you want to go on tour to the Far East, go to Hong Kong, go to Singapore, Thailand, all these great places. I said, well, we'll be back in 6 weeks. I can go play football. Yeah, let's go. 2 years later, I got home. I spent a year in Vietnam as a civilian, playing for the troops. And and I think the reason I do what I do is because I had the experience of being around soldiers that were proud to be fighting for us, and soldiers who took care of me while I was there. And it really gave me a sense of appreciation and love for the military. Thank you. So I'm very grateful to be here. I'm grateful to have great friends. I'm grateful to have a beautiful family. I'm so grateful for so many things. I don't know why I'm here, but thank you very much. You know, my mom used to say, you know, you got to trust your heart. You got to believe in your heart. And I think that's how I live my life. And I'm, you know, very proud to have had that knowledge or that lesson from my mom. My father taught me how to take care of myself. So I'm grateful for them. And they'd be happy to see me up here too. And I'm grateful for my wife who puts up with me in everything that I do. Thank you so much. And anyway, I get another song for you. I just want to thank all of you for having me here tonight. Congratulations, Admiral. You know, God bless your grandson. Thank you. So I had a friend that was deployed to Afghanistan a few years ago. And he used to come and see me all the time. And he said, one day he said, I'm getting deployed, I'm going to be gone for a couple years. I said, well, God bless you, take care of yourself and be safe. And then he called me up about just before he left, and he said, man, I met this girl, and I think she's the one. You know, I said, well, I hope you're right, because you deserve somebody, you know. And so he left for 2 years. He came back, and 2 weeks later, he called me again when he came home, and said, I'm getting married. So it really moved me. I get moved real easily because I lead with my heart. And so I said, man, I'm so proud of you and so glad for you. So they have twins now. They're living in Arizona. So I wrote this song because I thought that was a great story. And I think all the military, our soldiers, go through the same thing. They can't wait to get home. I've been around that a lot because when I was in Vietnam, I remember a lot of guys that were a day away from home. All we do is just sit down and talk and have a few drinks, and I felt so good that they were going home. So it means a lot. It means a lot for me to be here. Thank you. The song is called I'm Coming Home. Hello, baby, I'm coming home. I'm waiting for my plane. Been waiting for this day. Tonight, we'll both be all alone. I'll hold you in my arms and never let you go. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I kept the rose you sent with me. I looked at it every day. It got me through it all. And you were always on my mind. I hope and pray that time would bring us back again. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm Thank you, everybody.
Okay, everybody, are you ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Henry Capono. Happy birthday to you.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby.
Admiral Ron Zapp Zlatiper and Henry Capono, this year's American Patriots, are exceptionally deserving of this award. We are all proud to know them.
All of our American Patriots, 16 years, please stand up and be recognized. 16 years we've been doing this. You make this event happen every year. People are so proud to be counted with you as American Patriots. So it's never that tough for us to go out and ask people to fulfill this role. And you two, fantastic. Thank you very much.
Troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney top. That's where you'll find me.
He inspires other people to volunteer their time, resources, thoughts, energy, marks of a true leader. It is because of these things more that we are happy to present Mr. David Livingston with the Lex Brody's Above and Beyond Award.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney top. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? Where happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow. Why, oh why can't I? Thank you. Thank you so much.
Give it up one more time, ladies and gentlemen, for our two honorees. Please.